Many people know Lego trains and perhaps even had a Lego train run through their own room. But what awaits you in this video is more blatant than anything built back then. We show you unbelievable Lego train routes, which almost take on real rail traffic. They are several kilometers long and led through various terrains and regions. We'll also show you ingenious constructions that make Lego trains not look like mere toys anymore. You can expect loops, underwater tunnels, and the officially longest Lego train track on the planet. So be sure to stay tuned here at Wonderlane. We start directly with a cool experiment from the YouTube channel Aquarium Info. The crew set out to build a gigantic Lego train track on which the train crosses several areas of the house and even passes a real aquarium underwater. Right at the beginning, it became clear that the thin plastic rails were not strong enough to get a free-floating track on which several Lego cars could run. For this reason, several parts of the track were reinforced with individual wooden rods to give the construction a better hold. On their way, the Lego passengers pass a bucket leading to a special function in the aisle. After that, they go through the track's tropical part, reminiscent of the tropical rainforest with a few plants and steam elements. Finally, at a small waterfall is the photo station, where passengers get some cool souvenir pictures. The next part of the track is the most dangerous, the death spiral. Why is this part so dangerous? Well, only 1 out of 100 attempts is successfully completed here. Now it goes next into the darkness, whereby one passes the dark path. Here a few neolights provide the only ray of hope. After the dark path follows the grand finale, the passengers pass through the giant aquarium. Kalix Kommun in northern Sweden is home to a very special Lego train that traverses the 4 seasons on its route. Starting in the cold winter month, there is already a large amount of snow on the track. The train crosses several curves and a few bridges through the icy cold. Once it passes the small wooden tunnel, it continues in the spring. This part of the track takes the train downhill along the slope. At this point, most of the snow is already melted. The first rays of sunshine appear, and nature slowly becomes greener. The sun becomes increasingly stronger through the tunnel because now you are in the summer. In keeping with summer, the passengers cross the beach on this route. Bright blue skies provide warm summer feelings. Finally, through the next tunnel, you land in autumn. Here, rainy weather is again apparent, and the first leaves have already fallen from the trees. On this track, which is located in the Lego store in Romania, the train goes up a gigantic spiral of rails in the shop window after a few meters on the ground. Floor by floor, the train climbs a total of 21 levels to the ceiling, while the train camera captures bird's-eye views from inside and outside the store. In addition to the track, numerous skyscrapers made of Lego are also built, and the train tower is so impressive that it has already led Lego fans worldwide to this Lego store just for that. Completely different, but no less fascinating is this track, which has been viewed many millions of times on YouTube under the title Train to Atlantis. After starting at the train station here, as in the first track, the train passes over some bricks and a cooler rapidly across the garden, which the train then leads through a tunnel. Over stony hills and rocks, the track then leads to the beach, and as the motto Train to Atlantis suggests, it actually goes into the sea, where the ride finally ends in a box that is supposed to represent the entrance to the fabled sunken city. The inventor in this video has asked himself why a Lego train track should always consist of normal rails and, therefore, actually constructed a monorail. The gondolas are suspended from the track just like on a real monorail and move gently along the track, letting the little plastic passengers look down. The monorail itself is controlled via Bluetooth. Let's continue with this track, which will probably please amusement park fans. The YouTubers from the Akiyuki Brick channel have created a real roller coaster with Lego. After the timer at the start of the track is counted down from 5 to 0, the Lego roller coaster shoots off at a speed of about 38 centimeters per second and drives through some curves over hills to then struggle vertically up a door. Shortly after that, however, the ride goes rapidly downhill again. And after the ride through the hallway and past APC and a piano, it then goes sideways through some loops. In addition, the 68-meter-long track is equipped with various gimmicks, such as walls, that can be broken through and then shatter into their parts or walls that open automatically when the roller coaster approaches. The designer of the next track impressively proves that you don't have to let the snow stop you from playing with your Lego track outside. You see a natural functioning snowplow that clears the snow track by shoveling it aside at lightning speed with rotors. And so the train fights inch by inch bravely through the high snow to finally arrive after work at a cottage where the LEGO passengers are already eagerly waiting for the train. This outdoor track, which you can see now, was built by Varda Elentari Furrer in her garden in Switzerland and is considered the most beautiful garden LEGO track ever because Varda has a special eye for detail. After starting here, the track first passes through a stone tunnel along slopes reminiscent of the Wild West and numerous plants that create the illusion of riding on a real train. Then it goes through tunnels and over bridges repeatedly, and after many curves, the ride finally ends at a bumper at the very back of the garden. Varda is said to have worked on her track for an incredible 3 years, investing several thousand hours in all sorts of details. The next garden track takes the passengers of the underwater train over a small lawn in the garden, as the name suggests. Underwater in a pool. The rails of this track lead directly over the normal ground at the edge of the pool over a small orange bridge and end underwater. At the same time, the pool continues for a few meters underwater until it stops at a small braking device. While the stations on most LEGO train tracks are just small buildings that the trains pass, the designer of this track, on the other hand, has given the station his full attention. Indeed, when LEGO passengers enter on one of the tracks, they can not only marvel at a Ferris wheel or continue to the bus stop, but use work in elevators and escalators. The station, which is more than 2.50 meters long, was built from over 25,000 bricks and contains everything a real train station in a big city also has. For example, there are restaurants, a kiosk, a police station, and a coffee bar. The station is illuminated in the dark by numerous LEDs, making it look even more realistic. The builders of the next track didn't focus on just building a track, but used stop-motion technology to shoot a 5-minute short film on their track. This is about two brothers and a son who do everything possible to prevent a train accident. With incredible attention to detail, a real story was told here, which you can watch in full on the YouTube channel of Montauk Studios. The next outdoor track is one of the longest outdoor LEGO tracks. On the way, the LEGO train crosses a tunnel in a small backyard constructed with tree trunks and branches from the surrounding area. Immediately after, the train passes a steel structure, which, with a few curves, next leads the train through a mini canyon. Through a stone tunnel, the passengers pass through the stone park. Here, the train moves at a speed of about 2.2 meters per second. After about 90 meters, the train reaches the end of the track and thus the end of the ride. Now let's move on to the officially longest LEGO track in the world, which we announced earlier. The record-breaking track was built 4 years ago in Utrecht, the Netherlands, and consists of a total of 32,800 pieces of track stretching over an incredible 4.3 kilometers. The track was built within 3 days and entirely by children with cancer from a nearby clinic. After completing the track, the children were incredibly proud and started the first trains. By the way, a complete ride on the longest LEGO track in the world takes over 51 minutes. Unfortunately, you can see that the track was only built to break the length record, so you completely miss additional buildings or interesting details here. That's it with the best LEGO train routes. Write us in the comments about which of the presented tracks you liked the most. Like this video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to Wonderlane for more interesting content every week, and see you next time here at Wonderlane.